Today we're going to go over the process of how we determine support for an adjustment using paired sales analysis. So today we're going to develop support for a pool adjustment. So the first thing we do is we define our market here, and then we're looking at closed sales, closed within the last 6 months, single family homes between 1,500 and 2,200 square feet, single story homes, and we're going to check all the ones that have pools. Now we'll see that gives us 10 options that meet that criteria. So then we'll back out real quick, and then we'll uncheck the pools. And this will make it easy for us to see which ones have pools and which ones don't. So we want to isolate for a pool as much as we possibly can. So we want to find two comparable sales that are as similar as we can find them, one having a pool, one doesn't have a pool. So as I scroll through here, there's a couple that jump out at me. There's this one right here on Seton Avenue, 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, 1,844 square feet in Santan Ranch. And there's this one right here in Bridal Veil, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,844 square feet, Santan Ranch. So we'll delve a little bit deeper. This one sold in 2001. It's got $72,665 for the site. It's got a 3-car garage. Okay, let's see how that compares. Okay, it's a very similar site, sold similar time, also 3-car garage. Okay, so these look like they're pretty good candidates. Your next step is you're going to want to go ahead and take a quick look at the photos to make sure there's not a big disparity in quality or condition. In this case, there's not. And then we're going to go onto our map and take a quick look. Okay, there's that one. Just want to make sure that there's no external obsolescence. And okay, so these two are right next door to each other. Neither one of them has external obsolescence. So these are pretty good candidates. We're then going to copy and paste the MLS numbers, and we're going to plug them in here to our data master. And then from data master, we're going to transfer that to our appraisal software. So I'm using ACI here today. And we have a file. It's just a blank file that we name adjustments that we use over and over for this purpose. And once we transfer it in here, the data comes right in here. It's comparables 1 and 2. And this gives us a really nice side-by-side view so we can make a very clear, concise comparison. Obviously, comparable 2 sold for $328, comparable 1 sold for $315, right around the same time. They have similar sites. We check the location, the view, the quality, construction, all similar, age similar, everything on pretty much. These are the same homes, only comparable 2 is a pool, comparable 1 doesn't. Comparable 2 sold for $13,000 more. So this is pretty clear evidence of why we're going to determine the value of the pool in this market to be $13,000. Next step here is we're going to click on our PDF, whatever you and we'll just PDF this one page. And this gives you a very clear, good support of the value of the pool being $13,000. It's a PDF. If you're a paperless operation, you can just pop it into your work file. If not, you can print it out and you got a hard copy. This goes right into your work file, and it's very good evidence of why you're determining the pool to be $13,000. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort to develop good support for an adjustment. So when we develop what we determine to be very good, clear evidence of support for an adjustment, we save it. And we save it using this website here called Appraisal Trader. Appraisal Trader is a free site. You can just sign up to manage your data right here. It lets you create an account. And once you have an account, you can store your data. It catalogs it. And it's got a real simple search function. So whenever you need it, you can find it. So let me go ahead and log in. So this is my account. As you can see, I've done lots of adjustments over time. And we're going to add this pool adjustment. So we're just going to check Add New Adjustment. And this lets you determine a bunch of choices. And we're doing a pool adjustment right here. So submit that. And that brings us to our next screen here where you're going to add the searchable criteria. So first we're in the state of Arizona. And in this case we are in Gilbert, Arizona. And market here was between 300 and 400,000. and the dwelling type is a single family residential. Appraiser Trader gives you different options, however you choose to develop your adjustment, analytics, statistics, graphs. You can do whatever. In this case, we're doing paired sales analysis. So you check that one, and it brings up this little sales grid. Looks like sales grid that we see all the time. So we're just going to populate our data into the sales grid, and we still have all of our data right here. So we're just going to copy and paste it. Okay. So once you got all your data populated in here, sales grid is full, and looks pretty much like just what we did over on in our appraisal software. Put in all your information, calculate, and it tells you that you reconciled these two sales together to determine the value of the pool as $13,000. So you just put in the date you created it, the adjustment amount, and any notes that just basically describes what you did and how you determined this. And the sales price is $13,000. I did the math, it's also 4%, and that comes in handy. Quick note, I know some people who don't like to take the couple extra minutes to put the information in the sales grid, so they just take their PDF that they already have and they just drop it in down here, because you can add several supporting documents. So once you got everything, and you just click Save Changes, and it brings you to this page, and this is the final product. So it gives you an ID number that you can search for, and you can also reference it in your work file if you're reusing your data. Here's your notes of how you came about it, and here's your support determining exactly why you're determining the value of the pool in this market to be $13,000. So saving your data has a lot of benefits. For one, next time you're doing an appraisal in this market, well, you have this as an option to use for a pool adjustment if you want to. Two, it also can be helpful when you're trying to determine other adjustments. Sometimes say you're looking for determine the value between a 3-car garage and a 2-car garage, and you came across good comparable sales, but one of them has a pool. Well, you can use this to compensate for the difference. It's also a really good way to share data between appraisers in an office setting, and it also lets you create what we call an accumulation of data. Over time, you'll do several adjustments in a market, and it'll give you a nice range. So maybe you do 4 or 5 adjustments for a pool in this market, and it determines they're between $12,500 and $15,000, something like that. Then you have really good support to make an adjustment within that range. So anyway, I hope this demonstration was helpful, and I appreciate you watching. Thank you.